Hey, welcome back to my kitchen. I am a minute late. Oh, I'm 4 minutes late. All right. Well, welcome. Welcome to my kitchen. It is Thursday, October 30th. And we are going to have fun with marshmallows tonight. I'm really excited about this. I've never done this before. So we'll see together how this works. And this is going to be one of those demos that I'm going to be switching back and forth between my island here and the stovetop. So sorry if the camera gets a little jiggy. When I edit this, I will cut out the jiggies. So if you want to rewatch it, it'll be without the movement of the camera. Anyway, I'm super excited. I've been wanting to do this for the longest time. This is our hot chocolate gift set that is available just for the holiday season. This is such a great gift set because it comes with all these fun things. Okay, so that's what it opens up, and I'm gonna not try to do that and hold it. You get the marshmallow mix, which is what we're gonna make right now. And then you get four of these hot chocolate mixes. So this is white chocolate snickerdoodle. Somebody told me today that that goes really well on popcorn. This is toasted hazelnut. We have sea salt caramel, which is where I could get in a lot of trouble. And we have mint chocolate. Each of these containers makes at least a dozen mugs of hot chocolate. So you're getting a lot of hot chocolate and the marshmallow mix for just $60. If you were to price that out, if you know what you pay for even Swiss Miss, and this is a much higher quality, you can see what a great value this is. And this is my favorite kind of gift for that person on your gift list that you really don't know what to get them for them. They either have everything or they are just hard to shop for in some way or another. Or maybe you just want to have a gift on hand to take as a host gift, or maybe you just want to have it for yourself for your family gatherings this holiday season. So whatever the case, it's a great deal. You can order it on my website. You can order it on the current Feeding America fundraiser I have open. If you're watching this uh, in October of 25. You can, again, order it on my website. It is while supplies last. So if you decide, yes, I think I need to have this, make sure you get it ordered right away. And do yourself a favor and order two, because you're going to get one that maybe you ordered for a gift, for like your brother-in-law or somebody. And then you're like, I think I really want that for me. And you're going to you'll go back to order a second one and they might be sold out. So get it quick and buy more than one so that you have enough both to give and to use yourself. All right, so let's get some marshmallows made. I was really organized until I started looking for something that I never did find. And now I'm feeling very flustered. So forgive me for just being that crazy person again. We are going to do this in our new stainless steel pan because y'all know how much I love stainless steel. And what I thought I had ready and I don't have ready is a cup of water. All right. So let me just get a cup of water here. So we have a cup of water. We need that. We need the mix and we need some powdered sugar. I'll show you what that's for in just a minute. In the pan, we are simply going to add the mix and the water and bring it to a rolling boil over medium-high heat and then let it boil for 8 minutes. That's the scary part for me, but we're going to watch it real close. And in fact, I've got it on my like super boiler and my super burner here. I think we'll probably move it. They'll move it closer and then you can see better what I'm doing. Let me turn the camera down. Not that much. All right. So, just in case you're not familiar with this, this is our beautiful, this is a 4-quart saucepan, 3 quart, 3 quart, sorry, 3 quart saucepan of our stainless steel line. These are the best pans we've ever made. I will take these over the nonstick any day. The brilliance is beautiful, but I really love stainless overall because, well, so many reasons. You don't have to worry about anything with them. They're so durable. They wash up like a breeze. And if you're thinking, that doesn't make sense, it's not nonstick. Good stainless is super easy to wash. Super, super easy to wash. And this, I mean, you can put this in your dishwasher. Seriously, probably be fine. Um, they are virtually indestructible and they're beautiful. So that's some of my many reasons for loving the stainless cookware. We're gonna get our water in here. But the reason I'm kind of going off on that a little bit is because we are heading into the holiday season. And some of you have somebody in your life who is thinking, hmm, she really is always complaining about her pots and pans. Maybe this is the Christmas. I will get her new pots and pans for Christmas. And you know how I know somebody's thinking that? Because I find these people, usually men, wandering the aisles at places like Walmart, and they're looking at that pile of cookware that's on special for the holidays, and they're considering purchasing it. And it's really pretty when you first unwrap it, right? And you take it out, and it's just lovely, and it works fine-ish as far as being nonstick for, I don't know, week or two, maybe a month or two, and then you all know what happens. It starts to peel and chip, and the coating's coming off. And, somebody has the audacity to accidentally throw a fork in the sink while the pan was in there and it nicks the coating, and now you have a problem. These are indestructible. Did I say that already? They are indestructible. Nobody in your family can hurt them. And I mean, my literal brain is going, yeah, there are things you could do. Like, don't, these are virtually indestructible. They are mm, just so family friendly, and they are so easy to clean. And here's the big thing, because that beautiful new set of cookware from Kohl's or wherever, it's pretty, and it works. It's a really good nonstick for a while. But does it cook evenly? Because that's the piece we tend to forget. And this is the thing that I find is the difference maker when people are complaining about, like, they just don't like to cook, or they're frustrated with their cooking because they feel like things don't come out. 98% of the time, it's because you're using pots and pans that are not working for you. They're working against you. It's kind of like, in my mind, are we taking, like, if you have an issue? So I'm going to use my eczema as an example. So if I eat things with gluten, I will break out in eczema. I could take a drug to counteract that, right? Or I can just not eat gluten and I don't break out in eczema. And sometimes I will eat it knowing I'm probably going to break out, but it's worth it because it's my granddaughter's birthday, right? So, I'm saying this and going, where was I headed with this? It has something to do with cookware and having good cookware, and that's, oh, yes. So the Band-Aid, you can Band-Aid the problem of like your coating coming off and things like that, by just replacing it over and over again, which actually gets very expensive in the long run. Or you can just have good cookware from the get-go. And you're going to see such an improvement in your cooking skills because the pans work for you, not against you. That was where I was headed. It wasn't a very good analogy in the end. So I will be cutting this out of the replay for sure. But all right, so we have brought this to a boil, and we need to let it boil for 8 minutes. So I'm just going to set my, oh, that didn't work. Maybe. Ah, that didn't work either. My microwave is dying. Okay, you know what? We're just gonna We're just gonna do it the old-fashioned way. By the time I get this started, I'm gonna need a oh, it's not working. Okay, plan C. Hey Google, set a timer for 7 minutes and 30 seconds. So you want it in a rolling boil, but you don't want it to boil over. This is where I appreciate having a gas stovetop because I can adjust the heat quickly. If you're working on electric and that happens, do you saw how it was boiling up? Just move your pan off the burner a little bit, and that should help until you're so move the pan off the burner a little bit and turn the heat down, and that should help it keep it from boiling over while still keeping some heat on the pan. So here's another really beautiful thing about our pans is sorry, I'm reading and talking. So another beautiful thing about our pans, I've lost it. Man, I should write scripts for these things. Another beautiful thing about our pans is that the heat is super even. So wherever the pan is being heated, it's going to go across the entire base of the pan. And so you can have it partially on a burner and the whole base of the pan is still going to heat up. But the idea of moving it off the burner a little bit is so not as much heat is getting onto the burner. So I'm hoping that makes sense, but they heat so evenly, and that is the big difference. So if you like have issues with like you're making pancakes and depending on where they are on the pan, so they're going to either undercook or they're going to overcook, and it's so annoying. Whereas um with these pans, it just cooks so evenly. I'll never forget when I got my very first piece of Pamper Chef cookware, and it was a piece of nonstick, but it was a pancake griddle, and um, this was a long time ago, y'all. This was like my first year in business. But I was making pancakes for the kids for breakfast and I flipped them over and I gasped because like they all looked exactly the same. And I was like, that had never happened before. And it's because of the aluminum core. So both of our sets of cookware have the aluminum core, which gives you that super even heating. Okay. And so your food doesn't scald in places. It cooks super evenly. It doesn't matter where it is on the pan, it's going to cook the same. So another good example is if you ground beef and the ground beef on the middle of the pan is browning, but the ground beef on the edge of the pan isn't really cooking at all. That's a really good example of a pan that's not cooking evenly. And our cookware fixes those problems. So I think I said this last week, I'm so spoiled. I've been doing this so long and I've had 100% Pampered Chef cookware in my kitchen now for most of 30 years, and I'm really spoiled, and I forget what people deal with until I'm like at somebody else's house and I have to cook on a non-Pampered Chef style pan, and I'm just like, oh, this is what the rest of the world deals with, and it's just not pretty. So, all right. So what we want to do is have this come up to 120 I'm sorry, 230 degrees. So um you're basically making candy, okay? And I'm using the probe. I don't know why. This is the wire that comes with this to so you can stick it in your turkey and what have you. Let's see where we're at. Oh, I know where we're at. We're at this needs new batteries. All right, I have an old thermometer we'll use instead. That was embarrassing. I'm looking at it and thinking, why is the reading upside down? Because I see 77 and that means low. That means it needs new batteries. That tells you how much I use it. Actually, just had somebody order one yesterday and it's that season. Okay, don't tell me this one's not working either. Really? I have two dead. Okay. Try this one. This is really old, like 20 years old. It has our old logo on it. Uh, no battery required. thermometer. You can also tell. So I'm tipping the pan because I want to get this into at least an inch worth of liquid. And if I put it to the bottom of the pan, it's not going to give us a very accurate reading. Okay, we are not quite there, but we are getting close. I'm trying to think if I have this battery anywhere handy. I don't think I do. Like handy isn't in the next room. Don't think I do. I just can't believe this one's dead too. Oh no, now it's working. Okay. This is my husband's official chef style one. Woo, we're getting there. Oh, we are there. Okay. It said 220 to 230 and it's at 225. So we're turning the heat off and we are going to let it cool for 3 minutes. Hey Google, reset the timer for 3 minutes. Okay, just the timer for 3 minutes. And while we're doing that, I'm going to take you back over here and show you the next steps. Okay. I'm trying to hide the mess on my far counter. It's just in the corner there. Uh, okay. Hopefully that'll work. All right. So we are going to dust, oil and dust an 8x8 square baker. I am using the stoneware baker because I've never done this before and I don't know if I'm going to need a sharp knife to cut the marshmallows when they're done. So rather than do it in a metal baker, only to find that I need a sharp knife, which I won't want to use on the metal baker. What am I looking for? Yeah, so rather than doing it in a metal pan, I thought I would do it in stoneware and then I'll know whether I can do it in a metal pan. I'm guessing, I mean, if you have a metal pan that isn't nonstick, doesn't have that kind of a coating on it, it should be fine. But stoneware is like just safe, period. So so that's what we're gonna go with. All right, a little bit of oil. I use the low grade olive oil for this kind of thing because I don't really want my marshmallows to taste like olive oil, but I do avoid other kinds of oils. You could use avocado oil, coconut oil. Coconut oil would actually be a really good one for this also. So we're just brushing it around with a pastry brush, and then we are going to sprinkle with some powdered sugar. So last week I was using the flour sugar shaker, the current one. My powdered sugar's in like this old one that has our old logo on it, like the thermometer. So I was thinking I need to put a post up. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow, asking who remembers. We've had three logos now in since the founding of Pampered Chef, and I'm wondering if anybody remembers what the first two logos were. If you've been around for a while and you have older Pampered Chef products in your house, you might be able to find an old logo product and be able to answer that question. But we'll do that on a different day. But I literally I have like five of these up in my baking cupboard because we just use them for so many things: cinnamon sugar, powdered sugar, regular sugar, flour. What am I missing? Cornstarch. Okay, so this is ready. This little guy is actually in our clearance last I checked. So you can still order it with the lid, but if you just want the baker and no lid, it's in our clearance outlet. It's called the outlet. So you'll want to check that out. No pun intended. All right. So the next thing we're actually going to do is whip this. Hey, Google, stop this mixture. So we're going to put it in the stand mixer. And let me just read this again. Does anybody else like you watch the weather or you check your weather app and then like 3 minutes later you're like, I don't remember what it said. That's how I'm feeling with these directions. Cooled, transfer into the bowl of the stand mixer, whip on high speed for 8 to 10 minutes until it's thick and fluffy. Okay, this is going to be sort of like um, making Rice Krispie treats because it says we're going to have to use a greased scraper to get it out of the bowl. So forget to get my scrapers out. Grab a few. Well, I grabbed all of them. Okay, so it doesn't say use a grease scraper to get it in, but we are going to need to use one to get it out. So I'm just going to pour it in here. And right now, honestly, it doesn't look like much of anything. So I'm excited to see what it's going to look like after 8 minutes of beating on high. Now, if you are watching this live and you're like, I don't want to wait 8 minutes, it's okay. Just set an alarm and come back in 8 minutes and I'll show you what it looks like. But I'm going to show you couple other things while this is beating. It is loud. Well, it's not loud, but it feels like it's loud on my speaker. So if you remember from the last week or prior weeks, you just can set this to the setting you want, which I'm setting it on whip, and I'm turning the time up to 8 minutes because that's what it said. And do 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 do. Right, so I'm turning the time up to 8 minutes. And you'll notice it's going to start slow and then it'll speed up. All right. So, and it does that so that the food in here has some time to get incorporated into the beaters. And then when it goes to the high speed, it's not flying everywhere. There is a shield available. I don't have it on right now. There is a shield available if you like that. But most of the time, I don't need it. So, oh, it's steaming up. Okay. So while we're waiting for that, I want to talk to you about another one of my absolute favorite, favorite products, which is the milk frother. Uh, Dangerously favorite, I'm going to say, but it's so good. This, you can make your cappuccino, your frappe, or not cappuccino, yeah, a cappuccino, frappe, latte, and flat white and cold foam, all with this baby. Now that's what I was looking for that made me late getting started was it comes with a guide to tell you how to make all those things. And what I want to do today is just heat the milk for the hot pepper. So I'm going to try this. We're going to see if it works. Um, and hopefully it will, because what I really want to do is um, use it to heat the milk for the hot chocolate. So got my favorite milk here, which is from Burn Dairy here in the Corning area, kind of upstate New York dairy. Uh, and we're going to fill it to the max. This calls for a cup of milk, so I could have just done that. Actually, it calls for 3/4 to a cup for any of the hot chocolates. All right, so it's just in here, okay? And you put the lid on, and we're going to turn this on, and then we put, there's a little thing here. I think it's really kind of hard to see, but felt to, there's a little arrow, and you just keep bopping that until you get to what you want. Like, I just want the hot milk. So thing on, and then press start, and it's going to heat it up. So what I don't know is whether or not this is going to froth it, and that may or may not be what we really want. But what we are going to make is the toasted hazelnut because my guy downstairs, he loves hazelnut. Because I shouldn't be drinking this, he gets cleaned it. So let me get, I need to grab a mug right there. Actually, wow. Oh, this is turning white. Can you see it? It's turning white. That's so cool. Okay, I want to show you the mug. This is part of our new dinnerware collection. Guys, if holding a nice warm mug full of your favorite beverage in the winter, if you're looking for that mug that just says cold weather and all things cozy and table knit sweaters and cozy fleece throws and a really good book or your favorite chick flick curled up on the couch. This mug fits the bill. It's just, I just love it. It's just, they're just so like cozy. They are cozy. These are cozy mugs that go with the entire book collection. So beautiful. All handmade here in the US. So no tariff issues on these. Yay! Yeah, my ultimate for that. And I think that's gonna make a difference. Because it's gonna mix it in really good, right? We'll find out in just a minute. Okay, I see comments. Let me see if they're only saying. Hey, Kay Johnson. Hey, Sue. Oh, Sue, batteries. It's those really flat batteries. The number is 2052. And I use this, I know, because they're the same batteries that go in my digital scale. They go in my bike, um, my lights in my bike. Wait, excuse me. Oh, this looks good. Yeah. Okay. I think this is a good idea. I'm gonna pour it in here, like so. Oh, it looks so good. Mhm. Oh, oh, mhm. So, what are we gonna do last? What needs to go on top? You know what it is. So, if you watched me last week, I was all over the map trying to find the fruity thing for um the whipped cream maker, and it was in my bin right here the entire time. So let's grab that. Mm. All right, we're gonna go with Plan B here. I forgot to put it in the fridge. Well, excuse me while I turn my back to you for just a minute. There we go. The noise makes me crazy. I'm so glad that's done. All right, so that's done. We're gonna make some whipped cream here for the hot cocoa, and I'm gonna show you what I was trying to describe last week. But first, let's get our marshmallows in the pan because they do set up, and you want to make sure that you have them. Um, you have them where you want them setting up before they actually do. So I'm so curious. Like, does this taste like meringue? I really don't know what marshmallows are made of, uh, other than a really handy marshmallow mix. I do have a friend. She was a consultant with Pampered Chef for years, and she tells the story of her friends realizing she really needed to find something to do because her friend called her one afternoon. This was a long time ago. Called her in the afternoon and asked Kathy what she was doing. And she's like, well, I was bored, so I'm making homemade marshmallows. And her friend's like, you need a job. So she she still is a pampered chef consultant in the Boston area, but she's also like the local food, like cooking person on their local TV station. It's really cute. So anyway, all right. So you saw me putting oil on the scraper because it will stick if you don't. So at least that's what the directions say. So we're just putting that in here. I have a feeling there's going to be a lot stuck in the bowl. It's just really sticky. Ooh, really sticky. I'm not even going to try to do this like down to the last drop. Wow, making you watch me wrestle with marshmallow. So- but it's really super sticky. Yeah. Hence the oil on your scraper. And then we just want to push it. Oh, it's kind of like it's kind of what's the word I want? Not it's not gooey. It reminds me, I know, it reminds me of um well, that's way more oil than I meant. What's that stuff kids like to play with? That gloppy stuff. So I totally poured oil on top of the marshmallows. Did not mean to do that. Don't do that. I'm gonna actually grab a paper towel and try to get some of that off. Actually, I'm just gonna grab one of these. That I did not mean to do that. Oh, this is gonna be great. Look at hey, I'm keeping it real, friend. Yeah, that didn't work either. I'll just get it off later. Okay, so these actually have to set for at least an hour or two before you can cut them. So we are going to have to set them aside, and I will post pictures later. But there's our homemade marshmallows. I'm really excited about this, you guys. And let's get back to our whipped cream, and we'll be done. Hmm. So, I feel like every week I have some crazy thing to share with y'all going on in our lives and our family. This week is no different. um, you're going to just be like, oh, really? This is day 4 since we have had heat. And it's not a big deal. We have space heaters. I just keep one where I am during the day, and then we put it in the bedroom at night. And it's fine. Problem is, we have a boiler, not a conventional furnace, which I love because the hot water never runs out. It's in the boiler, so it's constantly making it. So you can be in the shower for half an hour, 45 minutes, and you will have hot water the whole time, unless the furnace is out. And then you have zero hot water. So I had to boil water in the tea kettle to make a sink full of soapy water to wash dishes. And we have been able to get the furnace run long enough in the morning for us each to take a really quick shower. Um, but that's been it. So I'm like trying to rinse sticky off with over here with like no hot water. The water in the sink is still pretty warm because I had just filled it right before I went on live. But that's my excuse for my brain not working today. Okay. All right. So we're gonna make our whipped cream. Let me grab some heavy whipping cream. Mhm. And if you remember from last week, there's a line on here. We're going to fill it to the line, which apparently we're not because apparently I'm out of whipping cream. This could make it for an even more interesting moment here because it's a little challenging to get it whipped up when it's not full. You can add a little bit of sugar, which for my husband's sake tonight, I'm going to do that. Just literally, I do no more than a tablespoon for a cup. So I'm just doing about a teaspoon here. And something to note, the more sugar you have in here, the harder it is to whip it up. So I find that most everything we put this on already has a lot of sugar in it. So I don't need a lot of sugar in the whipped cream. Last week I put the mint um, flavoring in the whipped cream. Boy, was that a hit. So I took the pie that I made last week. I took it to my knitting club on Saturday morning, and I had been to knitting club like a month, and they were like, when are you coming back? Are you bringing food again next time? So I'll probably bring the marshmallows unless they taste like olive oil, which would be bad. I don't know if this is going to whip up, y'all, because it has to have enough whipped cream in here or enough heavy cream. It's not really enough. So I might have to just give you the idea, and you're going to have to just like imagine it. I also was not planning to do this until literally when I was whipping up the cocoa, and I was like, oh, we should make whipped cream to go with that. Yeah, it's not going to whip up. But this is the nozzle, okay? So when you have it whipped up, you unscrew this and you screw this on. you also pull the plunger out and add this, which I did last week, but then I couldn't actually show you how to finish it up. So this is not going to work in here because there's just not enough. But I'll tell you where it will work is in here. So we are going to put it in here. It will not be whipped, but it'll foam up. And my husband will think that just as good. Well, that didn't work very well. The other thing to know is that, and I should have done this before. And let me hold on a second. I will tell you what I'm saying when I don't have my back to the camera. Where'd my big boogie go? Come on. Oh, there you are. Hey, wait a minute. My husband must have gotten the furnace working. I have hot water. Oh, I have hot water. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited. So we don't usually call a guy. We usually have Ken usually does it, and he's just so swamped with work. He's like, just call somebody. I called somebody on Tuesday, and the earliest they could get here is tomorrow. We're just like, okay, here we are. Life in the country. I will tell you. So funny story. I was going to tell you something else too that I've totally forgotten. Oh, I know. I was going to tell you that when you've done something in here, once you've poured it out, you can fill it back with water to the fill line, no thought higher, and add a drop of dish detergent and put it back on froth, and it'll clean itself. So that is something you can do. I'm going to actually just pour some of this heavy cream in here. That's ever so slightly foamy, but not frothy, and put my lid back on. This time I'm going to set it to high foam, which is the first setting, and it there we go. Um, I don't know if you saw what I just did there. Anyway, it's gonna froth this up. It'll be good. So I love doing this on last summer. I really got addicted to cold brew. Um, okay, it does not want to work. Oh, I know why. Come on. The cream is so heavy. There we go. Cold brew Arnold Palmer's, which might sound insane, but if you like cold brew coffee, so it's half cold brew coffee, half lemonade with cold foam on top. Oh my, so good. Okay, it is not like me doing the whipped cream because it's too heavy. I'm having everything go wrong. Mm, come on, come on, you can do this. I don't know why it's being so finicky. It's not that heavy. This is exactly what our furnace has been doing. Actually, it'll kick on and it'll stay on for a little bit, and then it just kicks off. So. But clearly my husband got it going, so I'm excited about that. That means we can run the dishwasher. Okay, that's as good as we're gonna get. So we're just gonna put that on top. I really don't want to ruin his coffee. You know what? We're not gonna do that for his cocoa. I will show you this again on a day that I'm not a hot mess, which is a hard day to find. No, seriously. If you want to stay on, I'm going to clean it out and do it with just regular water. I don't know why it is not liking the cream. And it might be because I'd already halfway processed it. I just don't know. I don't know. So we're going to try it with regular milk. If you want to stay and watch that, I appreciate your loyalty. If you are done, that's fine too. I'll post pictures of this when it's all set up. Um, be right back. I feel like I said I was going to share a funny story, and I have no idea now what it was, or maybe it was just better heaping off. I don't know. So, if I said I was going to share a funny story and I didn't share the funny story, please feel free to comment and say, "Tell us the funny story," and I'll try to remember what I was talking about. Ay, 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 ay. Oh, I know what it was. I remember, and I didn't tell you. We're going to try this one more time with milk, which is what you would normally use in here. I'm going to fill it to the single line and just make some foam. And maybe this will still be hot for my husband by the time I get it to him. All right, let's do this again. Okay, and you should go for about 2 minutes. That's why I knew something wasn't quite right. Let's see if this is hot enough. I might need to microwave it. Oh gosh, that's good. But I am going to microwave it. Maybe. Come on. Okay, in a minute. So here's the funny story. It's many of you know that I go to Africa about once a year, either to visit our daughter or to work at a mission um, place in Kenya. And oh, this is done. Perfect. There we go. Oh, look at this beautiful photo. And so one of the things that's a little bit challenging over there is that they don't always have hot water, right? And so I don't know why, but a couple weeks ago, I thought to myself, I just need to get used to taking cold showers. So I started, I don't start with cold water, but once I'm like halfway through, I'll turn the water down to cold. So I finish off with a cold shower. So I got really accustomed. I'm not sure used is a good word, but I got accustomed to cold showers. So not having hot water, I prefer hot water, but I'm kind of glad I've been prepping myself for my next trip to Africa, taking cold showers because it's like, okay, I can do this. It's not fun, but it's doable. And so anyway, all right, there is our chocolate hazelnut that's going to go down to my hubby. Marshmallows, as soon as they're set up, I'll cut them and post a pic. I might come back on live. I don't know. We'll see where the evening has gone at that point. Thank you for watching. If you have questions, please feel free to send me a DM. I'll see it much faster than a comment. Um, or text me at 607-562-5494. I see those the very fastest. Um, if you missed it, check out the Feeding America fundraiser. Y'all, this is a very big deal. I think I shared somewhere in the post. But once a month, I have the absolute privilege of doing delivery for the food bank up in the Bath area, if you're familiar with this part of New York State. And so I have gotten to know some of the people I deliver to over the last couple of years. I've been doing it now for 2.5, 2 years, ever since I moved back from Ohio. And I love doing it. I love seeing these people and hearing about their lives and you know, just being part of that. It's such a ministry of it's such a giving an opportunity to give with nothing in return. What I get in return is hugs and thank yous, and it's so worth it. It's one of my favorite days of the month. So I was just doing that last week, and to think about my people up in Bath, my people like they're mine, right? But they've become friends. They've become people that I care about, and they're losing those benefits on Saturday if the government continues. So this is not a political thing, y'all. I don't want to get into discussion over what's right or wrong about why we're still at a standstill. What I do care about is people having enough food to eat and knowing that the food banks are going to be absolutely hit so hard. So hard. They're already being hit because people are now trying to stock up because they're afraid they're not going to have food. And when you consider the statistics, which I posted in the VIP group, of who is getting those SNAP benefits. It's like 17 million are children, and another huge chunk are elderly and disabled people. And this is real and it's hard. And when you order on the fundraiser, 15% of your order goes to Feeding America. And for every dollar they get, they can feed 10 people. So the easiest mental math is you spend $100, they get $15, they can provide 150 meals. So you spend $100 on stuff that you're going to use in your kitchen or give us gifts at the holidays, or, you know, it's all practical, right? You spend 100 and they are able to feed 150 people. That's a big deal. So if you missed the link, send me a DM, send me a text. I'll send it to you. If you've been meaning to do it, don't wait. I know like tomorrow is going to be a busy day for a lot of people, so take care of it tonight. Get your order in and just know that every dollar feeds 10 people. It makes such a difference. So thanks again for watching and have a really good night. And I'll see you next Thursday. Bye bye.